in Pittsburgh. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, welcome to the channel, baby. NFL football league. No, not right now, Cash. No.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Coach Jules and Arizona Cardinals, baby.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Regroup. So.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no, 2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
On 1st and 10, Donnelly. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Donnelly. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Bud Dupree. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Donnelly. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Returnable here from the 38. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
On second down, it's Drake. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 13, it's a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On first down, Drake. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard. If that, it'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. Hits Murray. His pass caught at the 4. They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 4 that time. And the Cardinals are going to have it now, 1st and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Drake. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Drake. And he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Donnelly over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Donnelly. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Donnelly. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Murray a give. This is Drake. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now on first down, Drake again. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They get this out left, and he's going to be taken down right at the line. Oh, now Hopkins slow to get up here. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Running for the shotgun with Drake. He's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there.
Oh man, I'm taking my 4th and inches.
What to do now on 4th and goal? No gain on the defense. Didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll run. It's Drake. And this time he is in. Yes. Kenyon Drake with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he'll bang that one through. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run.
To kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. From the gun, Donnelly. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Steelers, nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, Donnelly. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken it around the 40. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. On 1st down, Drake. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
The tackle made.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. From the gun, Donnelly. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Now it's Hines, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 12. Back to throw. Donnelly. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Good defense. Good defense.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big-time play there by the Cardinals. 45 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Really? Wait a minute.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Murray now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Got it.
Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. And he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Murray going to fire one out wide. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now Drake. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Steelers, nothing.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
Well, credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried, because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brings up 2nd.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Donnelly. He'll check this down to Hines. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Donnelly. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again. Donnelly. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there. 1st down.
For a Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 50.
Here's Hines. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on 1st down. Donnelly. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Bud Dupree able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Osborne. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the gun, Donnelly. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that should have been picked off,
They're
man.
going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
I ain't gonna call a nigga black in the back.
Stop his walk, that's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. And that pick just sends him up beautifully right down near the
I don't know, it's a late throw.
I remember being in a
That's the
defensive
problem.
meeting
Fucking late
when
throw.
I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D-lineman, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Operating from the gun, Donnelly. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Donnelly. This will be caught just inside the 10. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Donnelly. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Oh, now he room for the card. Boy, you dirty.
It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And Boswell's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3.
Steelers 3.
So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the New York Jets. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
I saw it.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion,
but
he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Murray going to throw. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Running, it's Drake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Oh, you big fat ass.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Right back to Drake. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First and goal, Arizona.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
New touchdown on me. Touchdown. Touchdown like that. I look like touchdown.
So it's challenge time. The referee's tablet coming out. And the big question, Charles, did that football break the plane to the goal line?
They just need any part of the ball to cross the goal line in order for it to count. Remember, it's got to be indisputable, though. Sometimes we think it's going to be there. We can't really find it on the tablet. So we'll see what the final call is going to be.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kenyon Drake taking it in. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. From the gun, Donnelly. And he coughed it up. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. They find some open field here. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On first down, Donnelly over the middle, complete.
What was that?
And he gets this one.
Okay, what was that?
They'll mark him down to 39.
Get your ass in there and lay down.
39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And
oh,
yes,
come
out come
on.
the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Donnelly. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, Donnelly. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Rashard Lawrence in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear, and if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. They run with Hines. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defense
got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Chris Boswell on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
It sure is.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
We got to watch the next channel.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Oh,
Their
man.
own 21-yard line.
Every time you win is luck, bitch. Shut up.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this
I
point,
want
but he's
somebody
had
lucky.
a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Drake will start the drive on the ground. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray, a quick throw complete.
Murray's pass.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Murray has it knocked loose.
Oh, come
And
on.
it looks like Steeler football. It is. A little careless.
Oh, man.
He also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Following the fumble recovery, Donnelly, short little throw to Ebron. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He starts by handing this off to Drake. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
On the give, this is Drake. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Smith on the tackle.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 16-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Hines on the toss play. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points. But everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage. And that's exactly what he did.
To throw on 2nd down, Donnelly. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Donnelly. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
A 27-yard attempt.
Oh, come on.
Now a flag is down. This is on the defense. They're going to get the 1st. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the gun, Donnelly. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. An out route there for the score, a quick out short route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown.
24.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. And I think it's safe to say we know who the game ball is probably going to after this one.
Without a doubt, they're going to stand up in the middle of the locker room after the game, and the head coach is going to say, great performance, terrific, game ball. Right here, got presented to him. And if he's smart, he'll accept the game ball, then say, dinner on me for the offensive line at the best steakhouse in town. Make sure those guys are taken care of.
Those O-linemen have helped them to 4 touchdown runs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 16 yards, a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it, sliding out of the pocket. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. On the toss, Drake going left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Evans on the tackle.
Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with Drake. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Drake. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss loss of 6 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Keeps the score Cardinals 31. Steelers 24.
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And still just down 1 score. We'll see how big of a role that missed field goal plays, because it, of course, could have pushed this to a 2-possession deficit for them. Well, that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. Now he dumps this off over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the 40-yard line.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Donnelly. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game. It's still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
On 1st down, Drake. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Taken down at
a gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Murray a give. This is Drake. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
Eddie Goldman on
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll move the chains.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait, because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Drake. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd and short, Drake. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the exclamation mark at the end was Kenyon Drake's touchdown run.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So now the Steelers down on the scoreboard. A little under 30 seconds remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Donnelly. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at.
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Cardinals, they're on a nice early roll as they go to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3.
Come here, you. No. Just stop. Stop it, you.
I could go get my bike out the shed.
If you know how to go get it, man, so I'm not going to get it.
It's the National Football
And the key is
League.
on that key line.
It's week 2 of the NFL on EA
I thought you had to sit on report. I'm not going to be out there watching you riding the bike. You already know how your mom is when she get home. Yeah.
We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And nothing but daylight ahead.
Yeah,
so they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet.
You feel me? When you take it out the hole, it's sideways like this. You got to turn it so that it goes equal to that thing so it can open.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Oh, come on.
Intercepted.
That was Edmonds.
He would have liked to have held on to his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I think his task in this game is really simple.
Okay. Well, I told you I'm not coming over.
He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week, not the opposition.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
Devin Singletary, the ball.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 22 carries, 67 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
From just shy of midfield, Allen looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
After the interception, here's Darnold looking middle, and it's incomplete. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Darnold from the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
You ain't not even worried about riding that bike, boy. It's getting ready to get dark outside anyway.
Now Allen off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
Crazy, mama gonna be home and you will be out there by yourself.
At the 45. That's good for 20.
Don't play your game or something.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bills have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
A gain of 22 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Crowder's got it over the middle.
Darnold's pass.
The numbers for Crowder a week ago. 5 catches, 135 yards, and a touchdown.
And one of the top receiving games in the league in week 1. And they're expecting those types of games from him each and every time out. And they're going to need that from him if they want to make a move towards a league title.
On 2nd down now. Streets. And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Bills' 13-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Darnold. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw, Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, it goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Throwing now is Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That's the end of the first quarter.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try and run for this with Moss. The pickup there, 5 yards.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off the bootleg, Allen. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter. On first down, Singletary. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Singletary. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The kick by Bass is good. And the lead moves to 10 zip.
Makes the score Bills 10, Jets nothing.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
The Jets on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football.
What I
and they
just said,
still
I said it's
find
going to be getting
ways
dark,
to not
right?
get free.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. Singletary, a 1st down and more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because He is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Singletary. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes our score 17-0.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Darnold down to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. Powerful running. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Delayed game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On play action, Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Dawson Knox. Incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now it's Darnold. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
I'm around the
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over. last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A pickup of 8 leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook.
That's caught inside the 20. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone.
He
grabs that one for a touchdown.
He just went in there.
Pass on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Tyler Bass to kick off.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
I'm glad you had on rubber boots and stuff.
I was walking in the morning. I
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel.
That's all I'm saying. What he had it for? I said something similar, huh?
We'll take a timeout.
What's different?
You're watching the
NFL.
It's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
That's
been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we head over to the Pacific Northwest to check on the Seahawks at home in Seattle.
And the 8 really tight.
Lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Michael Gallup, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we're off to the Rocky Mountains, Denver, Colorado. See what's happening with the Broncos. And they trailed the visiting Chiefs in that one.
I could have told you Oakwood was closed.
Touchdown pass.
A lot of that stuff across.
Our game has been a back and forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
They cut up.
Fielded a couple
How they cut up?
into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
I looked at these things yesterday. Nothing was wrong with
Bills
them.
to take over.
Maybe how they got cut up like that?
Following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right
And I
now.
said, well, don't mess them up. I'm a wham. We only got one day with them. You the only one that wear these shoes.
All right, baby.
I spent $200 on these damn shoes, and this you ain't having 2 months.
Oh, damn it. Oh, no, Cash. No.
The third quarter starts with a run by Singletary. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play here for the Bills. 48 yards. And a lot of times a guy like that at this level, all he needs is one block to spring him, and he was sprung.
Just one, and that one turned into a huge, huge play.
Babe, you have to realize, too, that boys are going to be harder on shoes than girls are. So you have to realize that boys are going to be harder on shoes than girls.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now with the play clock almost gone, Sean McDermott's going to call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they bring in here in this third quarter.
I know. Stop. Let go. Out. 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 Stop. No. Didn't I say no? Stop. No.
They will run with Singletary. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better.
I know, but don't they have PE and play and stuff?
But in this case, how about the free safety coming up?
Oh, I don't know.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the give, this is
no, they don't have Payless no more.
And he's going to get forward for about 5.
People weren't buying Payless, so they put them out of business.
What say you, Mr. Referee? That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
That's a gain of 8.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it.
You had it on your hip.
Forcing a 3rd down.
Oh. I don't know.
In
Darius on
on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he is going to have the Bills first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. One of the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense. It has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Singletary here running out of the gun, and they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Allen, and he's able to find Diggs. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They run here with Singletary, and he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, and the Bills continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll keep it on the ground. Streets. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A first down throw, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 42-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Oliver makes the tackle. No gain on the play.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game. It just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
I'll probably say about maybe, I'm already long, so maybe 60 or 72 inches probably.
He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him.
Why don't you just take one with you and measure it? You can get you straight at Walmart. I don't know which one's no. Didn't I say no? Stop. No. Stop it now. Well, I'm gonna have different ones in there. But if not, they got all them what you call them, store them athletes foot right down Louisiana and Chef. They might be.
Singletary to get the drive started.
The athletes foot right there. I think they still open up. One of them stores Foot Action open. By the Dollar Tree, by the Wingstop and all that stuff.
You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders
Nah,
at the line
not
of
this.
scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Buffalo Bills. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
What you trying to watch?
Having passed midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That's no, I think CST is gonna cop.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back up the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead,
Good, why
I think this
can't
team's
you
going
do
to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
If you pay for it on your phone, you got the piece to connect to the TV. Okay, babe. Yeah, but I was saying if you had paid for it.
Here's 1st
Okay.
and 10 at the 42-yard line.
All right. Right.
On 1st down, Singletary.
The way you playing it.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 34.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Taken down right.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Singletary. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
When you run a
You know, it should be too big for you.
You gotta like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
I'm running away. You can't.
The Bills on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Singletary again.
Only right that you get it.
Devin Singletary taking it in. And the Bills head on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now, he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Jets, nothing. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. New York ready to go again offensively. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Jets on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. Darnold to throw again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Darnold on 1st down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The tackle there by Brian Poole.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
Yeah.
You took the words.
He's going to need a 9. He's going to need a 9.
He has run them into submission.
He's going to need a 9. Like you said, yeah. I told you that. I said 9. That's why I told you should have brought him with you.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
1st down, they stay with Moss on the ground. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him.
Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he's got his man in stride complete. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bills, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games.
Oh, did I? I'm playing just next week. We'll have some play. The Patriots at this football team. Dolphins and Browns play next week. Okay. We out.